Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from our channel, Legend Death Data. In this video, we'll be highlighting American celebrities who have passed away today and in the last few days, along with other notable figures from around the world. Before we proceed, we kindly ask you to show your love and support by giving this video a like. It means a lot to us. Thank you. And now, let's begin. Simone, an American chef and culinary producer, was the first black woman to appear as a regular host on America's Test Kitchen and founded the mentoring organization She Chef. Her first position in the culinary field was at a kosher bakery in Oak Park, Michigan. Before pursuing a full-time culinary career, Simone worked as a social worker in Detroit while also taking on part-time work as a prep cook. She later studied at the Culinary Institute of New York and earned a master's degree in entertainment business. Beginning in 2016, Simone became the first African-American woman to serve as a regular host on the PBS television series America's Test Kitchen, where she worked as a test cook and food stylist and also contributed instructional videos for the show's online cooking school. In 2018, she was featured in a segment on NBC's The Hub Today. The following year, she hosted 28 Days of Edna, a month-long America's Test Kitchen series dedicated to the legacy of Edna Lewis. She was born in 1976 and died on January 5th at the age of 49 due to ovarian cancer. Tom Cherones was an American television director and producer widely recognized for his work on Seinfeld, where he directed 81 of the 86 episodes produced during the show's first 5 seasons. His contributions to the series were honored with a Directors Guild of America Award for directing and a Primetime Emmy Award for his role as a producer. Cherones began his career in educational television while studying at the University of Alabama. He later produced and directed programs for WQED in Pittsburgh before relocating to Hollywood in 1975. His first industry role was as a production manager on the daytime television series General Hospital. His career as a television director began in the 1980s with work on My Sister Sam. He achieved widespread recognition in the 1990s for directing and producing Seinfeld and subsequently directed episodes of News Radio. He was born in 1939 and died on January 5th at the age of 86 due to Alzheimer's disease. John Cunningham, an American actor, had a career spanning nearly 7 decades in Broadway, film, and television, earning recognition for his versatility and memorable character performances. Following his graduation from Dartmouth, he served in the U.S. Army and performed for troops in Europe. His professional debut came in 1960 on a tour of My Fair Lady. His Broadway credits include Cabaret, 1776 Company, Zorba, The Sisters Rosenzweig, and 6 Degrees of Separation. He last appeared on stage in the off-Broadway production Painting Churches in 2012. He was born in 1932 and died on January 6th at the age of 93 due to a heart attack. Actor Richard Dimitri has died at the age of 83, leaving behind a career that quietly touched film, television, theater, and comedy for more than 4 decades. He passed away on December 18, 2025, with his wife Christiane by his side, according to his obituary. Born and raised in New York by a single mother, Dimitri worked his way into the entertainment world through persistence and talent. He graduated from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in 1962 and quickly made his mark off-Broadway before earning roles on Broadway in productions such as Zorba, The Guide, and Lisa Strata. His path later led him to television, where he gained recognition, playing twins Bertram and Ronaldo on Mel Brooks' When Things Were Rotten, a role that brought him to Los Angeles in the mid-1970s. Dimitri went on to appear in notable films including Johnny Dangerously, Let It Ride, and The World's Greatest Lover, while also making guest appearances on popular shows like Hawaii Five-0, Starsky and Hutch, The Tracy Ullman Show, and Hearts of Fire. Known for his sharp timing and distinctive presence, he also performed stand-up at Los Angeles' famed Comedy Store. Despite being offered an opportunity to audition for the Vienna State Opera, he chose to remain focused on acting. In the 1990s, Dimitri expanded into television writing and co-created the Fox sitcom Daddy Dearest. Health challenges led him to retire from entertainment in 1998, after which he found new success as an art and antiques dealer, later opening a gallery with his wife in West Hollywood. He is survived by his wife of 26 years, Christiane. His legacy lives on through his work, his creativity, and the many lives he influenced both on and off the screen. Boston chef, food stylist, and television host Simone Scott has died at the age of 49, leaving behind a legacy that reshaped food media and inspired a generation of home cooks and creators. Her passing was confirmed by America's Test Kitchen, where she became one of the most recognizable and influential faces in the brand's history. Scott made history in 2016 as the first Black woman to become a regular on-air presence at America's Test Kitchen. But her impact went far beyond the Test Kitchen. With confidence, warmth, and authority, she helped redefine what representation looked like in culinary television, opening doors that had long remained closed. Friends and colleagues remember her as someone who built community, created opportunities, and brought joy into every space she entered. A best-selling author, Scott wrote boards, stylish spreads for casual gatherings and food gifts, and created and hosted the Walk-In podcast. She also founded Chef, a culinary network designed to uplift underrepresented voices in the industry, and was a passionate advocate for food access and nutrition equity. Scott often spoke about resilience, reinvention, and purpose. After losing her job and home during the 2008 recession, she chose to pursue cooking, the one thing that brought her peace. That decision led her to a career that changed lives, including her own. Diagnosed with ovarian cancer shortly after joining America's Test Kitchen, she continued to work, teach, and inspire, always focused on impact and legacy. Simone Scott's influence lives on in the kitchens, screens, and dreams of millions who saw themselves reflected in her work. Jim McBride, the legendary Nashville songwriter best known for co-writing Alan Jackson's iconic hit, Chattahoochee, has died at the age of 78. His passing was reported on January 6th, sending shockwaves through the country music community. 2 days later, Alan Jackson paid tribute to the man he credited as a defining force in his career, sharing photos from their early years together. Jackson called McBride a great and genuine songwriter, adding that his own journey might have turned out very differently without McBride's guidance, inspiration, and belief during those crucial early days. Born and raised in Huntsville, Alabama, McBride didn't pick up a guitar until age 21, but once he did, his rise was unstoppable. His songs quickly found national attention, with early work appearing on Hee Haw and his first chart success arriving in 1979. From there, McBride became a hitmaker, writing multiple #1 songs including Bet Your Heart on Me and Rosanna's Paradise. His partnership with Alan Jackson produced some of modern country music's most enduring songs, including Chasin' That Neon Rainbow, Someday, That's All I Need to Know, and the genre-defining Chattahoochee, which earned both Song of the Year and Single of the Year honors. Over his career, McBride wrote for country legends spanning generations, earning him induction into both the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Alabama Music Hall of Fame in 2017. His influence lives on through songs that continue to define country music and through the artists whose careers he helped shape. Veteran actor Isaiah Whitlock Jr., known for his unforgettable role as corrupt politician Clay Davis on HBO's The Wire, passed away on December 30th at age 71. His signature delivery of the catchphrase, "Sheetz," became iconic across all 5 seasons of the acclaimed crime drama. Whitlock built a remarkable career playing complex political figures on television. He brought brilliance to the role of Secretary of Defense Geneoba George Maddox on HBO's Veep, portrayed the morally compromised politician Charlie Figueroa with ties to organized crime on Showtime's Your Honor, and most recently appeared as chief of police in Netflix's The Residence. Whitlock forged a lasting creative partnership with Oscar-winning director Spike Lee, appearing in 6 of Lee's films over nearly 2 decades: 25th Hour, She Hate Me, Red Hook Summer, Chirac, Black Klansman, and Da 5 Bloods. This collaboration showcased his versatility and cemented his place as one of Lee's most trusted actors. Throughout his extensive career, Whitlock earned respect as a character actor who brought depth, authenticity, and memorable moments to every role he inhabited. His contributions to television and film left an indelible mark on audiences worldwide. Richard Smallwood, the Grammy-nominated gospel legend, whose music was covered by Destiny's Child and Whitney Houston, passed away on December 30th from complications of kidney failure at age 77. Born in Atlanta on November 30th, 1948, Smallwood displayed extraordinary talent early, playing piano by ear at age 5 and forming his own gospel group by age 11. As an 8th grader, he studied under future music legend Roberta Flack at Brown Junior High. He graduated cum laude from Howard University with a dual BA in classical vocal performance and piano in 1971, later earning a master's in ethnomusicology. Smallwood founded the Richard Smallwood Singers, releasing their debut album in 1982. Their 1984 album Psalms earned their first Grammy nomination, followed by 5 more records. In 1995, he formed the group Vision, releasing albums into the 2000s and earning 8 total Grammy nominations, including his final nod for Trust Me from his 2022 album Promises. Throughout his career, Smallwood won numerous Dove and Stellar awards and performed for 3 U.S. presidents, Nixon, Reagan, and Clinton, and became one of the rare gospel artists to tour the Soviet Union. In 2006, he was inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. In 2019, Smallwood published his autobiography, Total Praise, opening up about his struggles with grief and depression, showing vulnerability alongside his musical brilliance. Michael Schumacher, the celebrated author known for telling the stories behind legendary artists and unforgettable moments, has passed away at the age of 75. Writing under the name M. Schumacher, he became widely respected for biographies of cultural icons like Francis Ford Coppola, Eric Clapton, Allen Ginsberg, and George McCann. His daughter, Emily Joy Schumacher, confirmed that he died on December 29th, remembering him as someone who loved conversation, people, and stories above all else. Born in Kansas and raised near Lake Michigan in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Schumacher was drawn to history from an early age. Although he studied political science, writing quickly became his life's work. He famously wrote everything by hand first, filling notebooks before transferring his words to a typewriter, a routine that defined his creative process. His career followed 2 powerful paths. One focused on deep, detailed biographies that explored the lives behind fame, and the other captured dramatic true stories from the Great Lakes, including shipwrecks, survival, and maritime history that kept readers turning pages. Those closest to him remember Schumacher as a storyteller in constant motion, coffee in hand, notebook nearby, always listening. Through his books, his voice and passion for history continue to live on, reaching new readers and reminding audiences why great stories never fade. Stephen G. Sheetz, the former president and CEO of the iconic Sheetz convenience store chain, has passed away at 77, leaving behind a legacy that reshaped an entire industry. Born in Altoona, Pennsylvania, Steve dedicated more than 5 decades to the family business after joining it in 1969, following his graduation from Penn State University. Over the years, he rose through the ranks and ultimately led the company through one of its most transformative eras. Under his leadership, Sheetz evolved from a small regional chain into a multi-state powerhouse, expanding across Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Ohio. But growth wasn't just about locations. Steve helped redefine what a convenience store could be, pushing innovation that changed customer expectations nationwide. He was instrumental in developing the made-to-order food program, which became a defining feature of the brand, and also championed early investments in technology, including mobile apps, loyalty programs, and modernized store designs, keeping Sheetz ahead of its time. Company leaders describe Steve as a mentor, a visionary, and someone deeply committed to both people and progress. Beyond business, he remained actively involved in community initiatives supporting education, healthcare, and veterans' causes. Today, Sheetz continues as a privately held company headquartered in Altoona with more than 800 stores and around 27,000 employees, an enduring reflection of the vision Steve Sheetz helped build. The celebrated Hungarian filmmaker Béla Tarr, director of masterworks including Satan Tango and The Turin Horse, has died at age 70. Over 3 decades, Tarr directed 9 feature films, beginning with Family Nest in 1979 and concluding with The Turin Horse in 2011, which earned the Silver Bear Grand Jury Prize at the Berlin International Film Festival. Tarr frequently collaborated with Hungarian novelist László Krasznahorkai, who won the Nobel Prize in Literature. Several of Tarr's films were adaptations of Krasznahorkai's novels, including Satan Tango and Werkmeister Harmonies. His work garnered prizes at festivals throughout Europe and Asia. The Hungarian Filmmakers Association confirmed Tarr's passing Tuesday, announcing he died following a serious illness. Born in 1955 in Pécs, Tarr completed his first feature film at just 23 years old, winning the grand prize at the Mannheim-Heidelberg International Film Festival. His films were acclaimed for their stunning black-and-white cinematography and mesmerizing extended single takes that could stretch beyond 10 minutes. His longest work, Satan Tango, runs more than 7 hours. His distinctive style influenced art house cinema worldwide, including American filmmakers Gus Van Sant and Jim Jarmusch. Tarr worked closely with editor Agnes Hranitzky for decades, who co-directed his final 3 features. Following The Turin Horse in 2011, Tarr relocated to Sarajevo, where he founded the Film Factory Academy and produced numerous student films while dividing his time between Sarajevo and Budapest. California Republican Congressman Doug LaMalfa died Tuesday. His office announced he was 65. Early this morning, Congressman Doug LaMalfa returned home to the Lord. He leaves a lasting legacy of servant leadership and kindness to the North State, said his chief of staff, Mark Spanigal, in a statement. Congressman LaMalfa cared deeply for the people he served and worked tirelessly to hold the government accountable on forest management, water storage, and individual freedom. LaMalfa's passing narrows the razor-thin House majority and could impact Speaker Mike Johnson's control of the chamber. The House stood at 219 Republicans and 213 Democrats after Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia resigned Monday. LaMalfa's death brings the House to 218 Republicans. Democrats are positioned to gain additional seats from upcoming special elections. 2 Democrats face a runoff in Texas at the end of the month, and the election to replace now New Jersey Governor-elect Mickey McCormick will occur later this year. LaMalfa represented California's 1st congressional district since 2013 and chaired the Congressional Western Caucus. A cause of death has not been released. Renowned Dutch performer celebrated her 82nd birthday Saturday, surrounded by family before passing away. She had been living with Alzheimer's disease and chose euthanasia. The actress gained widespread fame with the song Choral, written by Annie M.G. Schmidt for the play Met Man on Mies, with Man and Mouse. The song, a parody of a carnival hit, became hugely popular among carnival goers and spent 14 weeks in the Dutch Top 40 in 1970. Throughout her career, she performed with prominent theater companies including Baal, Centrum, Dorst, and the National Theater. Her film credits included Frank and Eva, 1973, and for A Lost Soldier, 1992. She also appeared in several popular Dutch television series, including Sterren voor Bovendonk and Bonbon. In late November, she performed as narrator for the show Ellie on de Bluesmannen, one of her final public appearances. Her passing marks the end of a distinguished career that spanned theater, film, and television, leaving a lasting impact on Dutch entertainment and culture. Sun-wong, a celebrated actor whose stardom became synonymous with South Korea's film industry, has died at 74. Artist Company, his management agency, confirmed Sun's January 5th death on Instagram without citing a cause. Local news outlets reported the actor had been in intensive care at a Seoul hospital after collapsing while choking on food at his home. In its statement, Artist Company praised Sun's deep sense of mission and consistent dedication to acting, writing. His work and spirit will remain with us for a long time to come. Sun had been battling blood cancer for several years, according to reports. Lovingly dubbed the nation's actor, Sun appeared in hundreds of films over 6 decades, including popular features like A Fine, Windy Day, 1980, and Two Cops, 1993. The son of a film producer, Sun began acting before age 10 and earned audience adoration throughout his career. He was also known for The Eternal Empire, Festival, and The Warrior. Revered for his on-screen presence and gentle public persona, he became a powerful advocate for South Korea's film industry. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol expressed his deepest condolences, writing that Sun left a big footprint on Korean film history and cultural arts. He is survived by his wife, Oh Soo-young, whom he married in 1985, and 2 sons. Isaiah Whitlock Jr., best known for his role in The Wire and his iconic collaborations with Spike Lee, has died at 71. His agent, Brian Lehman, shared the news with a heartfelt message. "If you knew him, you loved him. A brilliant actor and an even better person. Our hearts are broken. He will be truly missed." Whitlock captured audiences with his unforgettable presence, sharp delivery, and signature catchphrase that became part of pop culture history. Whether on screen in major dramas or in standout comedic roles, he brought a unique charisma that set him apart. Fans and fellow actors have begun to reflect on the powerful mark he left behind. His performances weren't just roles, they were moments that stuck with you. From gritty street dramas to clever satire, he always knew how to steal the scene. Stay with us as we look back at his legacy, his most powerful roles, and why his influence will continue to inspire for years to come. Tatiana Schlossberg, the granddaughter of President John F. Kennedy, has died at the age of 35. Her family confirmed the news in a message shared by the JFK Library Foundation on December 30th. Our beautiful Tatiana passed away this morning. She will always be in our hearts. The statement was signed by her husband, George Moran, their children, Edwin and Josephine, her parents, Caroline Kennedy and Edwin Schlossberg, and her siblings, Jack and Rose Schlossberg, along with sister-in-law Rory Kennedy. Known for her intelligence, warmth, and commitment to meaningful work, Tatiana carried forward a legacy that extended far beyond her famous last name. To those closest to her, she was a devoted mother, a loving partner, and a deeply cherished presence in their lives. As tributes continue to emerge, many are reflecting on the quiet impact she made and the legacy of family, purpose, and grace she leaves behind. Mick Abrahams, the original guitarist and founding member of Jethro Tull, has died at the age of 82. His passing was confirmed on December 19th. Jethro Tull frontman Ian Anderson shared a heartfelt statement recalling Mick's early contributions to the band and noting that he had faced serious health issues over the past 15 years, challenges that had kept him away from performing and out of the public eye. Anderson confirmed the news through former bandmate Clive Bunker, who received word directly from Mick's family. The loss has deeply touched fans and fellow musicians who remember Mick's pivotal role in shaping the early sound of Jethro Tull. Known for his bluesy guitar work and raw energy, Abrahams helped lay the foundation for one of rock's most unique bands, and his legacy lives on in the music that continues to influence generations. Jorge Garcia de Hinks, a 55-year-old Spanish influencer and respected pediatrician, and his wife, Natalia Roman, were involved in a tragic skiing accident on Monday in the Pyrenees, the mountain range along the border of Spain and France. Garcia de Hinks was followed by more than 375,000 people on Instagram, where he shared clear, practical health guidance that made complex medical topics easy to understand. Beyond medicine, he was deeply passionate about skiing and weather analysis, running the blog L'Homme Météo Vienne, The Weather That's Coming, where he regularly posted updates on mountain conditions across Spain. According to Spanish media, the incident occurred on December 29th during an afternoon ski outing at nearly 9,000 feet above sea level. Garcia de Hinks, Roman, and fellow skier Enco Arastua were part of a highly experienced group. While some were able to get clear, others required emergency assistance and were evacuated by helicopter. Just days earlier, Garcia de Hinks reflected on his love for the mountains, explaining why moments spent at high altitude felt so meaningful to him. He described the experience as being fully present, focused only on each step, far removed from everyday distractions. His final Instagram video, shared on December 26th, discussed seasonal heart health, one of the many topics that made his content both informative and widely appreciated. Since then, followers have filled his page with messages of gratitude, respect, and remembrance, honoring a man remembered for his knowledge, calm presence, and dedication to helping others. Gil Gerard, the American actor who became a television icon as the lead of Buck Rogers in the 25th century, has passed away at the age of 82. Gerard rose to fame in 1979 when he took on the role of Captain William Buck Rogers, a 20th-century astronaut who awakens hundreds of years in the future. The series quickly became a pop culture phenomenon, blending science fiction, adventure, and charm, and ran for 2 seasons from 1979 to 1981. What began as a made-for-TV movie turned into a hit series almost overnight, cementing Gerard as a familiar face for a generation of viewers. Beyond Buck Rogers, Gerard built a steady television career with appearances in shows like Sidekicks, Nightingales, ER Force, and Days of Our Lives. In later years, he continued working in film, including roles in The Nice Guys and other independent projects, proving his passion for acting never faded. Born in Little Rock, Arkansas, in 1943, Gerard spent years working in commercials and small television roles before landing the part that defined his legacy. His journey took him from early struggles to worldwide recognition, leaving behind a body of work still remembered by fans today. Gil Gerard's name remains closely tied to one of television's most enduring sci-fi heroes, a role that continues to resonate decades later. Screen legend Brigitte Bardot, whose portrayals of free-spirited characters made her an international sex symbol and French icon, has died at age 91. Bruno Jacot of the Brigitte Bardot Foundation told the Associated Press she died at her home in southern France. French President Emmanuel Macron said Bardot embodied a life of freedom. Jordan Bardella called her a passionate patriot who represented an entire era of French history. Born on September 28, 1934, in Paris, Bardot became world famous after starring in the 1956 movie And God Created Woman, directed by her first husband, Roger Vadim. The provocative film was a massive box office hit, despite criticism from watchdog groups. Dubbed a sex kitten, Bardot broke through just as the sexual revolution was underway. French feminist philosopher Simone de Beauvoir called her the most liberated woman in post-war France. President Charles de Gaulle declared that Bardot was a French export as important as Renault cars. She appeared in more than 40 movies before retiring from acting at age 39. Before retreating to her French Riviera estate, Bardot posed for Playboy to mark her 40th birthday. Then she championed a new cause: animal rights. "I gave my youth and my beauty to men," Bardot once said, "but I give my wisdom and experience to animals." In 1986, she founded the Brigitte Bardot Foundation and used her fame to campaign for animal welfare, from saving baby seals on Arctic ice floes to lobbying for protective legislation. Bardot married 4 times and had 1 son. She also recorded 60 pop songs, many with French singer Serge Gainsbourg. Melanie Watson, known for her role on Different Strokes, has died at age 57. The actress passed away on Friday, December 26th, in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Her brother, Robert Watson, said she had been hospitalized and that her condition worsened. Melanie was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, a genetic disorder also known as brittle bone disease, which causes bones to be extremely fragile. She used a wheelchair throughout her life. She appeared in 4 episodes of Different Strokes as Kathy Gordon. The classic sitcom, starring Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges, aired for 8 seasons from 1978 to 1986. Her character was introduced in the show's 3rd season, with standout performances in the 1982 episode Kathy and the 1984 episode Kathy's Olympics. Melanie founded the organization Train Right, which trains shelter dogs to assist people with disabilities. In a 2020 interview with IndieWire, she reflected on her iconic role and praised producer Norman Lear for his pioneering work in disability representation. "I'm proud of Norman for going against the norm and doing something," she said. "I didn't realize what a gift it was to be the first one out there. If I had to do it all over again, I would have stayed in the business." Melanie was married to Robert Bernard from 1994 to 1996. She leaves behind a powerful legacy as a trailblazer who broke barriers for disabled actors on television. Pat Montandon, the TV host, activist, and socialite who once dated Frank Sinatra, has died at age 96. Her son, Sean Wiley, announced her death on Facebook, sharing that she passed away on December 21st at an elder care facility in Palm Desert, California. "She passed surrounded by love," he wrote, noting that her beloved friend Susan Gold and family members were by her side. Born in Oklahoma in 1928, Montandon relocated to San Francisco in the 1960s, where she became known for her lavish parties, attended by celebrities like Andy Warhol and members of the Getty family. Over the years, she worked as a model, television host, and newspaper columnist. She later founded a peace organization called Children as Teachers for Peace, making 37 international trips on the group's behalf to promote dialogue and nonviolence among young people. Montandon, who was married and divorced 4 times, was also known for briefly dating legendary singer Frank Sinatra. She was able to see her 2 grandchildren, Owen and Mira Wiley, last month before her passing. Montandon leaves behind a legacy as a pioneering television personality, a tireless peace activist, and an iconic San Francisco socialite who brought together some of the most fascinating figures of her era. Gustave Botiaux, the celebrated French tenor known for his powerful voice and commanding stage presence, has died at age 99. Born in Pau on July 14, 1926, Botiaux won the 1954 Concours International de Chant de Paris, often referred to as the Concours de Ténor, launching a remarkable career that spanned nearly 2 decades. He sang at the Théâtre Royal de la Monnaie in Brussels before moving to the prestigious Opéra Garnier in Paris, where he held leading roles for several years. His rich vocal timbre and athletic physique made him ideally suited for dramatic roles, including Samson, Samson et Dalila, Radames, Aida, Lohengrin, Romeo, Romeo et Juliet, Faust, Don José, Carmen, and Pinkerton, Madama Butterfly. He became particularly renowned for his performances in the double bill of Cavalleria Rusticana and Pagliacci at the Opéra de Paris during the 1960s. His reputation spread internationally through acclaimed performances in Japan and the USSR, and he starred at major summer festivals, including the Corrigi d'Orange and the Arena di Verona. After taking a break due to health issues from 1964 to 1968, Botiaux resumed his career with Hérodiade at the Festival d'Aix-en-Provence and continued performing until his retirement in 1973. Botiaux was married to soprano Jacqueline Sylvie, who passed away in 2024. He leaves behind a legacy as one of France's most distinguished operatic tenors of the 20th century. Mollywood actress and producer Allwell Ademola, acclaimed Nollywood actress and producer, has died at age 43. Sources in the entertainment industry said Ademola passed away on Saturday after reportedly suffering a heart attack at her residence before being rushed to the hospital. News of her death sparked an outpouring of grief across social media, with colleagues expressing shock and disbelief. Actress Fathia Williams took to Instagram to mourn her, writing, "Ha, this hit me so bad. Aniyan Oban Khan, Allahu Akbar. All well." Aid Martins shared a photo on Facebook, writing, "Black Saturday. This is not fair. May God forgive your shortcomings. All well." Ademola was a multifaceted Nigerian artist, actress, filmmaker, director, singer, and screenwriter who made significant strides in the Yoruba language film industry. Born on August 9, 1980, in Lagos State, Nigeria, she hailed from royal lineage in Abeokuta, Ogun State. She was the granddaughter of Justice Adetokunbo Ademola, Nigeria's first indigenous Chief Justice. Her entertainment career began in childhood. She appeared as a young actor in 1986 on NTA's popular children's show Animal Games with Uncle Wole. She officially joined Nollywood in the early 1990s and rose to prominence in 2008 with standout roles in films including You or I, Omo, Emmy and I, KG. Beyond acting, Ademola was also a gifted singer. In 2002, she founded her band, Allwell and Company, and released an album in 2006. She leaves behind a powerful legacy as a creative force who excelled across multiple disciplines in Nigerian cinema and music. The Cure's guitarist and keyboardist, Perry Bamonte, has died at 65 after a brief illness on December 25th, according to a statement shared by the band. Known for his quiet intensity and creative spirit, Perry played a key role in shaping the band's signature sound during some of their most memorable years. The group described him as intuitive, constant, and deeply connected to their story, calling him a warm-hearted and vital part of The Cure. His presence on stage and in the studio left a lasting impression on fans and fellow musicians alike, and his unique style and dedication helped define an era of music that continues to influence generations. His contributions weren't just musical. They were emotional, powerful, and unforgettable. As fans around the world reflect on his impact, Perry Bamonte's legacy remains deeply woven into the heart of The Cure's journey and into the soundtrack of millions of lives. Big Brother contestant Mickey Lee has passed away at the age of 35 after a series of cardiac arrests. Her family shared the news on December 26th, one day after her passing. Mickey appeared on the most recent season of the show, where she quickly stood out for her energy, honesty, and connection with both fans and fellow contestants. She wasn't just playing a game. She was showing people who she really was, and viewers connected deeply with her strength, her spirit, and the way she carried herself through every challenge. Mickey brought something rare to reality TV: real emotion, real heart, and a presence that couldn't be ignored. Her family described her as someone who brought joy into the lives of many, forming real bonds both on and off camera. As fans remember her time on the show, one thing is clear: Mickey Lee left an impact that won't fade. Pat Finn, known for his role on The Middle, passed away on December 22nd at the age of 60 after a battle with cancer. His representative confirmed the news, remembering him as someone who brought warmth and positivity wherever he went. Pat's work on screen made audiences laugh, but it was his presence off-screen that left an even deeper impression on those who knew him personally. Whether playing a lovable neighbor or a guest star on numerous hit shows, Pat had a gift for making characters feel real and relatable. His charm, humor, and down-to-earth style made him a familiar face in homes across the country, and fans appreciated not just his talent, but the heart he brought into every scene. Described as the kindest, most joyful person in any room, Pat was always surrounded by friends and family who loved him deeply, and that love continues beyond the screen. His legacy isn't just the roles he played, it's the joy he gave, the laughter he sparked, and the kindness he shared. Chris Rea, the iconic voice behind hits like Driving Home for Christmas and The Road to Hell, has passed away at the age of 74 on December 22nd after a short illness. His family shared the news in a statement that quickly spread across social media as fans around the world reflected on the deep emotional connection they had with his music. Known for his raspy voice, blues-inspired sound, and storytelling lyrics, Chris Rea wasn't just a singer. He was a soundtrack to countless memories, from holiday traditions to long drives and quiet moments. His songs captured emotions that resonated across generations. His music carried a timeless quality, something that stayed with listeners long after the final note. His family shared that Chris's legacy will live on through the songs he leaves behind, and for millions, that's already true. His music wasn't just played, it was felt. And now, even in silence, those melodies will continue to echo in hearts around the world. Ieda Maria Vargas, the first Brazilian woman to be crowned Miss Universe, has died at the age of 80 on December 22nd. Her win in 1963 marked a turning point in Brazilian pageant history, making her a national icon and a symbol of elegance, confidence, and pride for generations to come. More than just a beauty queen, Ieda became a cultural figure whose grace extended far beyond the stage, and her presence opened doors for countless young women in Brazil, inspiring dreams and redefining what it meant to represent the country on a global level. Fans remember her not just for the crown, but for the way she carried herself with warmth, kindness, and charm. A message posted on her official page described her as a woman of light who left behind a legacy filled with joy and inspiration, and her story continues to shine as an enduring part of Brazil's history. Imani Diaz-Smith, a former Broadway child actress best known for playing young Nala in The Lion King, has died at the age of 21 on December 21st. She passed away at Robert Wood Johnson Hospital after being brought in with critical injuries, and authorities later arrested her boyfriend in connection with the case. Imani was a rising star, a powerful performer with the rare ability to sing, dance, and act with equal brilliance. Her time on Broadway wasn't just a milestone, it was a glimpse into a future filled with potential, and those who saw her on stage remember her spark, her energy, and her unforgettable presence. Her family described her as loving, vibrant, and deeply talented, a true light to those around her. Though her time was tragically short, Imani's impact lives on in the memories of those she inspired through her art, her heart, and her undeniable talent. Actor. James Ransone, known for his powerful role on The Wire and his appearance in it Chapter 2, passed away on December 19th at the age of 46. The news quickly spread through the entertainment world, leaving fans and colleagues reflecting on a career defined by intensity, depth, and unforgettable performances. James had a rare ability to bring complex characters to life, often stealing scenes with subtle emotion and raw authenticity. Whether on television or film, his presence felt real, grounded, and deeply human. The kind of performances that stayed with audiences long after the credits rolled. His wife, Jaime, shared a deeply personal message honoring their bond, speaking about love, growth, and the life they built together with their children. Her words painted a picture of connection, partnership, and a family united by enduring love. James Ransone's legacy lives on through his work, his artistry, and the people whose lives he touched. Greg Biffle, former NASCAR champion, died at the age of 55 alongside his wife Christina and their children, Emma and Ryder, in a tragic plane crash on December 18th in North Carolina. The loss of the entire family sent shockwaves through the racing world and beyond, as fans and friends mourned a man known not only for his talent on the track, but also for the life he built with his loved ones. Biffle was celebrated for his fearless racing style and championship legacy, thrilling millions of fans over his storied career. Yet those closest to him also remembered his kindness, loyalty, and dedication to others. His impact stretched far past the finish line, into the hearts of those who knew him personally. Representative Richard Hudson, a close family friend, paid tribute, calling Greg an extraordinary person who will be remembered just as much for who he was off the track as for his victories on it. His legacy lives on in racing history, in community service, and in the memories of those he touched. Helen Cif, a veteran character actress known for her decades of work in television and film, passed away on December 18th in Los Angeles at the age of 88. Her family confirmed she died from complications following surgery after a long and difficult illness, closing the final chapter of a life marked by dedication to her craft. For those in the industry, Helen wasn't just a performer. She was a steady presence on set, known for her professionalism, grace, and unwavering respect for the art of storytelling. Her roles, often supporting, were always filled with depth, timing, and emotional nuance, and she had a unique ability to elevate every scene she was in, no matter the size of the part. In a family statement, they remembered her as someone who believed every role was an opportunity to add meaning to the story, a belief that defined her career and now defines her legacy. Helen Cif leaves behind a body of work and a reputation that will be remembered with deep admiration.